This short recording will review a selection of resources that will hopefully support SPHE teachers as they embark upon teaching RSE lessons as part of their SPHE course at Junior Cycle. This recording will provide an overview of RSE at Junior Cycle, speak to the curricular structure, and also explore key resources for teaching RSE. Before choosing specific resources for your classes, it is worth reflecting on the following. The relevance and appropriateness of each resource for a particular class needs to be considered by the SPHE teacher, as the teacher is best placed to discern what resource is suited to supporting learning for their students' unique needs, stage of development, and unique school context. Students are at different stages of emotional, social, and physical development, and each young person will bring a wide variation of life experiences to their learning in SPHE. A common question that is asked is how much time should be allocated to teaching RSE on a yearly basis. The interim guideline states that one timetable period per week should be allocated to SPHE. Out of the SPHE programme in operation in the school, 5 to 6 timetable periods in the year should be assigned to RSE. SPHE, in dealing with issues such as self-esteem, health and hygiene, substance use, communication skills and life roles, support key elements of RSE. Therefore, elements of RSE will naturally overlap with other learning outcomes across the other modules in the syllabus and strands within new specification. Additionally, SPHE and RSE can be supplemented by work done on a cross-curricular basis through the medium of a wide range of subjects. Another common question is, when do we teach RSE? SPHE teachers are encouraged to teach RSE in the second term of the school year. The rationale for this is that teachers have ample time in term 1 to create and sustain a safe classroom environment in the SPHE classroom, where students are clear on expectations and boundaries, and also students are familiar and ideally comfortable with the experiential approach to teaching and learning in SPHE. The class agreement, ideally co-created with students, will support the creation of this supportive atmosphere. SPHE teachers may find that there is a focus on one particular SPHE resource in their school when teaching the various topics in RSE. It is worth considering the range of additional resources to support how SPHE teachers plan for their RSE lessons. We will soon explore the wide breadth of resources available to you. Every class is unique, and teachers may find that certain lessons in some books may not be suitable or relevant for their student cohort. Therefore, the more diverse and expansive the resource repertoire, the greater the opportunities to explore what best meets your students' needs. When preparing to teach Junior Cycle RSE, there are a selection of options available to you. The updated Wellbeing Guidelines states that there are 4 options that schools can choose from when teaching SPHE RSE at Junior Cycle. Option 1, the specification for the NCC short course in SPHE. Option 2, school designed or externally designed short courses in SPHE, using the NCCA template and guidelines on developing your own short course, which can be found in Appendix 1 of Circular 5921. Option 3, other programmes, modules, units for SPHE developed using Appendix I of the NCCA Junior Cycle Wellbeing Guidelines. And Option 4, the SPHE Junior Cycle Syllabus. It is important to note that from September 2022, the SPHE syllabus will be discontinued. Therefore, options 3 and 4 will no longer be an option for schools from September 2022. This has been highlighted in Circular 5921 on page 4 and again on page 8 of the document. As a result, there will be 2 options that schools can choose from when designing their SPHE programme, Option 1 and Option 2. I will now speak to Option 1. Learning outcomes specific to RSE can be found under Strand 3 Team Up. Here, there is a specific focus on relationships and sexuality. It is worth noting that it would be advisable to explore learning outcomes from other strands when exploring the topic of RSE, as connections can be found across all 4 strands. For example, when we explore learning outcome 3.5, which is analyse relationship difficulties experienced by young people, students may organically speak to the effects of relationship challenges on their mental health. Here, we can see the intricate relationship between learning outcome 3.5 and Learning Outcome 4.2 from Strand 4, appreciating the importance of talking things over, including recognising the links between thoughts, feelings and behaviours. I am now going to take you through some of the key resources to support teaching, learning and assessment in RSE. There are two key websites that I would like to bring your attention to. Firstly, our PDST SPHE website, which contains a suite of resources that can support you as you plan your RSE lessons. To access this website, please use the QR code on the screen, or alternatively, you can pause the recording and type the link into your search engine. When you click on the QR code or type the link into your search engine, you will be taken to this page. This is our PDST SPHE online resource portal. Here you will find a selection of resources to support teaching, learning and assessment within SPHE. But I want to take you to the specific area of RSE. So if you scroll down the page, you'll be taken to a section here, which you will see. If you click on SPHE resources, that will bring you directly down to this section here. On the right hand side, you can see the SPHE specification, which I brought to your attention to earlier. But if you continue to scroll down, you will locate the RSE section. Here, you will find a selection of lessons and resources to support teaching this topic within SPHE Junior Cycle. The very first resource I want to bring to your attention is Before You Decide. When you click on that, it will take you to an e-version of the resource. I'm going to briefly take you down to the contents page. Here you can see there's a lot of background information for teachers and lessons on developing ground rules, friendship, healthy friendships, the influence of friends, values, making decisions, self-esteem, rights and responsibilities in relationships, the age of consent, relationship pressures, resisting relationship pressures, teenage pregnancies, and STIs. So quite a substantial amount of lessons within this resource. To complement this resource, there is also a beforeyoudecide.ie website. In your own time, you can peruse this, but what you will find are quizzes and polls, videos on different topics within RSE, information on relationships, factual information on the age of consent, and also additional information to share with students. Here you can see a section for parents, and even for yourself as teachers, RSE resources, information on policy and training. On videos, you will see if I click into relationships, there are a suite of short videos that can be used to complement the lessons within this resource. Another resource that I would like to bring to your attention is the Growing Up LGBT resource that you can see on the right hand side of this page. If you scroll down further, you will also find it further down in Oscailga. When you click on this resource and open it up, you will see that there are 10 lessons specific to Junior Cycle RSE. This resource can be used in conjunction with the Before You Decide resource when you are exploring RSE with your students. Using this resource will enhance a sense of diversity and inclusion in the classroom. Specific lessons can be used, or alternatively, case studies and scenarios within the resource can be threaded through some of the Before You Decide lessons to avoid a heteronormative approach to teaching RSE in the classroom. Another resource to be familiar with when teaching Junior Cycle RSE is Busybodies. Here you can see a link to access this resource. When you click on that, it will take you to sexualwellbeing.ie, where you can see a link to the Busybodies PDF, which you can download in soft copy, and also the full suite of videos from Vimeo, which support each of these lessons. This is a very useful resource to use when teaching the growth and development section of RSE. When you return back to our section, the RSE section of our SPHE PDST website, and scroll down further, you will find links to Spun Out, to also two documents to support teaching and learning within the RSE curriculum when we return to support students with very special education needs or mild learning difficulties. Further down as well, you will find up-to-date research in the area of RSE in Ireland. And also you can see links to Bodywise, to an updated gender identity and gender expression ebook by the University of Limerick, the Sexuality Wheel, which is a nice lesson to use with students, and also there on the right hand side you can see TUSA's Healthy Sexuality and Relationship Development resource. Now I will take you to the NCC Toolkit, where there are more resources to support teaching and learning in RSE. To access this website, please use the QR code on the screen, or alternatively, Pause the recording and type the link into your search engine. When you click on the QR code or type in the link into your search engine, it will take you to this website. Here you will find links to the curriculum specification in SPHE, the SPHE assessment guidelines, and the NCCA toolkit. When you click on the NCCA toolkit, it will take you to this page. Please note the link to the Q&A section where you will find answers to commonly asked questions regarding SPHE and RSE. Further down the page, you will locate this blue diagram subdivided into 3 sections. We encourage you to find time to peruse the Preparing to Teach section and the Teaching SPHE RSE section in your own time, as these are invaluable as you lay the foundations before teaching SPHE and RSE. The link I want to take you to is the 3rd tab, Resources for Teaching and Learning. When you click on this, it takes you to this page. As you can see, when you scroll down, there are 4 green tabs, each linked to the 4 strands of the show course specification. Under each tab is a list of resources that could be used to explore the various learning outcomes within the SPHE specification. These resources have been carefully selected by the NCCA to support teachers in planning for teaching and learning in junior cycle SPHE. They are not a prescriptive list. The resources have been carefully mapped against the learning outcomes of the junior cycle SPHE show course to facilitate planning. As previously mentioned, the relevance and appropriateness of each resource for a particular class needs to be considered by the SPHE teacher, as it is the teacher who is best placed to discern what resource is suited to supporting learning for their students' unique needs, stage of development, and school context. By clicking on the Team Up tab, which predominantly focuses on RSE, it will open up a suite of resources that could possibly be used to explore the various learning outcomes associated with this strand. In your own time, you can peruse these resources to see what might be suitable for your own students. To support you with this selection process, the NCCA have also developed a short document called Criteria for Selection of Resources, which can be accessed here. Further bespoke support in RSE is available to you and your colleagues by using the application process outlined here. One of our health and wellbeing advisors can support your school at a pace and path that works for your own school context. All requests must be approved by your principal. If you click on the QR code on the left-hand side of the slide, this will take you to this website.